And we're back here on the Chamber Report for this November the 3rd. And we have joining us in this segment a new member of the Chamber, Studio 99. We have on the telephone the director of Studio 99, Elise MacDonald. And in studio we have Mike Loce, a guitarist and teacher, and John Brobst as provost. You told me that. Yes. Retention, ADD. Brobst, who is the host at Studio 99. Thank everybody for being here. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good. Well, Elise, let's start with you. Before we ask you what Studio 99 is,
sure.
Why did you join the Chamber?
Well, actually, I was asked by both Mark and also by Chris if we would be able to perhaps play some music at the recent Citizen of the Year event. We were thrilled to do it. We had a wonderful time and played about 3 hours worth of jazz, and it really got me thinking that Chamber membership would be a place for us to head towards now that we've been in business for 3 years and are a little bit more established. And it sort of went from there. And so we are a brand new member as of the last month, I guess.
So you made a big splash at the first Chamber event then?
We had a lovely time. It was a great event at the Crown Plaza. We really enjoyed it.
We were talking, John and Mike were checking with Mark to make sure that the group you sent over did a good job, and he gave them high ratings.
Great. Well, yeah. Either one of the gentlemen you have in the studio would have done a great job at the event as well. But unfortunately, neither one of them were there. We had a jazz quartet, and it would have been great to have either one of them along. But it was, scheduling issues and all that. Everyone's got a very different schedule. So. Well,
what is Studio 99? Who is Studio 99?
Well, we're a listening room, which is a very specific kind of music venue. We're a small music venue where there are performances, but there's also what I'd like to call, collaborative music, where jam sessions, people who have a particular love for, say, blues or perhaps bluegrass or perhaps jazz might get together on a specific night, and we would have a jazz jam on a specific night. And people who have an interest in that music can practice it, can get to know other people in the area who love that particular style, can improve their own playing, and just have a really good time socially.
There's probably a lot of...
Go ahead, John. No, jump right in.
There's probably a lot of chamber members who grew up and they still have an acoustic or electric guitar in their bedroom that they haven't picked up for a long time, or a saxophone, or a trumpet, or a drum, or something like that. This Studio 99 is a great place to take it out of your bedroom and bring it out, to get your music back in order and to start performing with like-minded people. It's been a lot of fun that way. We have a lot of open mics, which you can see, the jam sessions, which Elise spoke about, and we get musicians all the way from Elise, who's one of the best musicians I've ever met, and Mike is another one of them, down to people like I was just speaking
Your check's in the mail, John. Your check is in the mail.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, John. That was awesome.
Where is Studio 99, Elise?
We are at 17 Factory Street, very close to Main Street. So we're directly across the street from the Bank of America parking lot, and just slightly closer to Main Street than the back of the High Street parking garage.
For old-time Nashvans, that would be the old Eddie's Bedding and Furniture building.
Okay. Yes, and very recently, up until last year, the space that we were occupying now was You'll Love It, which was the knitting store.
Right.
And several years back, it was Club Drifters.
Okay, so it's certainly evolved over time, and now looking in the window, if you didn't see anything or didn't know, you probably wonder what's going on in there. And John, you're the DJ.
He can be a DJ.
I do a lot of things, but I want to talk a little bit about why people should, in the Chamber and downtown Nashua, should be excited about something like Studio 99. I mean, if you look at places like Asheville, North Carolina, or Northampton, Massachusetts, or Burlington, Vermont, or Palo Alto, California, these are places where downtown planners, they always use them as a beacon. This is what we want for a thriving, bustling downtown. And there's a time-honored model that people like to do when they're revitalizing and when they're promoting their downtown. Is that one of the things that they're always looking for is that they're looking to see if there's some kind of an artistic, maybe bohemian, or certainly some kind of a thriving artistic community for that's starting in the downtown. Because if that happens, you're starting to create a buzz. And if you create a buzz, then suddenly Nashua or your downtown it's not just another place, it's a destination. If you're a destination, if people are talking about downtown Nashua, if we've got kind of an artistic buzz as a great place to come down, then a lot of people are talking about your downtown. That gets people coming downtown. That gets people shopping. Yes.
We have music 4 nights a week on an average week at Studio 99. So if someone is coming downtown to go to dinner, for instance, at Estella Blue or at perhaps the Vietnam New House or whichever of the restaurants, there are 12 or 16 restaurants within a few blocks of us. If they're coming downtown for dinner, then they can go and listen to some music, after dinner, enjoy that with friends.
Yeah. And that's one way that the Chamber of Commerce members can get involved is a lot. We're open to co-marketing arrangements. One of my pet arrangements has been to have a dinner and a show. I know that the places that people I've worked with they might give out Red Sox or Bruins tickets to their customers or to their people that they do business with. I would love to start seeing them, us combining with the local restaurants or others in the Chamber of Commerce to offer someone the opportunity to come downtown and eat dinner at one of our fine restaurants, and then to come see a show at Studio 99. We've had some very good people there. We can take up to 99 people, and according to the fire marshal, and.
And that would be a bit sardine style, I think.
Yeah. Actually, our functional capacity is probably about 75, so it's really we can hold 99 with standing room only.
It is good. And another way that someone from the Chamber could be involved is to sponsor an event. I noticed that the website for this great radio show, they've got a lot of different sponsors. But it would be good to have, it would be a good way to get your name out to the community and to take part in this buzz that we're trying to create in downtown Nashua.
Mike, how common are places like Studio 99? Are we unique to have this in Nashua?
I'll tell you, I think it is, Ed. And I'm originally from the Boston area. I've been living up here for about 7 or 8 years now. And I love Nashua, but a listening room concept. Well, first, let me preface that by saying a lot of what you see in cities with different music scenes is the bar type of thing. Restaurants, bars. Right. They're not too concerned about the music. It's not that they don't like music, but something like Studio 99, the music is a priority. And what Elise was saying about that collaborative atmosphere, that's an essential part of it. Not just in how the business developed, but also in the relations with the community, because musicians tend to have a naturally collaborative demeanor about, come on in, join, and that type of thing. And that's why I believe Studio 99 has blossomed a lot in different styles of music, because you have a lot of, like John was saying, the bedroom players, people who have, 20 years ago, I played this, I that, and Studio 99 gives them that feeling of welcome. Just come on down and just try playing. And I believe that can extend out into the business community, too. Like John was having some great examples of, how we could host events and that type of thing. There's so much that can be done. Jingle writing for local businesses is something we could offer, like we did, hosted the jazz musicians, that type of thing. Yeah. I think it's a unique business, to get back to your original thing. I mean, I think it's a very unique type of a situation, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
I mean, I'm surprised. You've been around for 3 years. You're kind of like here, but haven't really been totally discovered yet.
We had to join the Chamber of Commerce, and that's one reason why we're glad to be members. And that's
another thing too is the venue, because it started in the Mill Yard, and then it went to 115 Main on the 3rd floor, which is better than the Mill Yard in terms of certain things. But still tough.
So we were really tucked away in both of those locations.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
were on upper floors in both of those locations, and now that we're at 17 Factory Street,
thanks to Elise's hard work.
Well, it's been quite a journey, but now that we're there, the exposure is quite a bit expanded. And despite the fact that a lot of people haven't known about us, or they've heard about us but haven't been able to find us, literally, despite all that, we were voted best place to be seen in Nashua by the readers of the Hippo last year and the year before.
Oh, great.
We were also voted best place to bring a date. So that's always cool.
So, you just kind of drop in when it's open and music's going on? Anyone can just kind of drop in, that kind of thing?
That's right. And there's a schedule on.
Generally, if we have a ticketed event, which is one of our weekend concerts, those are ticketed, and you can buy tickets in advance on the web. And most of the time, if we're not sold out, you can absolutely drop in and get one of the last seats. If it's a jam session or an open mic, those are far less formal events, and there is almost always room for a few more.
Those are weeknights generally.
Those are weekday events and into Fridays. So
Elise does an excellent job with the website. This is all at www.studio99nashua.com, and there's a very extensive.
Constantly updated.
Yes.
So I spend a lot of time on there just keeping it absolutely updated. And if you go to that website, you will know what is coming up and what's coming up in the next night, the next 2 nights. We were very proud also in this last year to be nominated, although we didn't win. We were nominated for Best Small Venue in the State by New Hampshire Magazine. And we were keeping company with places like the Tupelo, places like Boynton's Tavern in Manchester, places like the Stone Church in the Seacoast. So
pretty heady company.
It's exciting.
Yeah, we were very, very excited to be nominated for that. As trite as that saying is, it's an honor to be nominated. It's really true.
John, I'm looking at your card here. How does a CPA get involved in this?
Isn't that clever that we work the CPA in on the ground level?
Whatever works.
I'm a local CPA also here in Nashua, building my own practice. But when you're doing taxes and accounting all day, you really need an outlet. Yeah. But
he's a fantastic musician. He's a multi-instrumentalist. When I first met John, he was playing bass, and I thought he was just an excellent bass player. Piano, ukulele, you name it, singing.
And he's a great vocalist as well. And John leads one of our jams. And as a jam host, I mean, what he's doing is he's welcoming in the new people. He's making sure that the people who are maybe more on the beginner end of the spectrum, he's making sure that they have all the information that they need. He's making sure that the advanced players are comfortable and are able to really, really also advance their own playing. So it's a very complex task that he has in front of him. And Mike has recently started a ukulele club. There's been quite a resurgence with the ukulele lately, and Mike is running that. So they're both hosts, and they do an incredible job of welcoming in everyone. And it's not just the musicians. People who are just coming to listen are constantly at our events, and they just drop down on one of the comfy couches, relax, have a cup of coffee, and just let the stress roll off their back, know?
And I'm not sure if it was online or in Time or Newsweek, but I recall seeing something recently that, all of a sudden the ukulele's like making a comeback. Why is that?
You can say that.
I have a theory. A couple of years ago, I bought one for myself just for fun to teach myself, and then somebody asked, "Can you teach that as well?" I make my living primarily by teaching guitar right now. And I said, sure, strumming chords. My theory is that in tough economic times, it's a cheap instrument, it's fun, and the sound is it puts you in a good mood. I sometimes will call it a musical antidepressant because you can't really sing about grief and the dial falling while you're strumming the ukulele.
It's also
right.
it's also very difficult it's difficult to have an attitude when you're playing a ukulele. It's a wonderful instrument.
It's an equalizer.
It really is. It's always been a fun instrument. Most people have a ukulele. The model is called the pineapple model. And how can that not raise your spirits?
So I saw a need and I saw an interest, and some people from just over the line too in Massachusetts were interested in coming to Nashua to bring their ukulele. So we'll see how it goes. We've had one so far. But it's a fun event.
This is how all of our jam sessions have basically built up over time, is that and we started with just one jam session that was jazz-oriented, and then we went off and started a blues one, and then we started one for folk, and then one for for bluegrass, and it's just gone on from there. And there are some people who come to many of our jams and just love a lot of the different styles and like to play all the different styles. And then there are others for whom that one style is just their thing, and so we will see them only once a month, and they will come for the jam. We have folks in their 80s who come to our bluegrass jam. They're not even online. They don't even have email necessarily, but they mark that on their calendar. Every third Wednesday, it's bluegrass, and they are there.
Wow.
And we also help each other. We promote each other. We provide. Elise has been dynamite at providing a really supportive atmosphere. You'll always hear applause. You won't hear any boos. You won't hear any criticism.
No cat calls or anything.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
It's not a heckling room.
No,
Not a
that's
heckling
great.
room.
Well, Elise, given the what the folks in the area have gone through this last week, and according to public service, everyone should have their power back by tomorrow. What's on tap at Studio 99 for this weekend to get folks out to maybe take the edge off of what they've been through?
Sure. On Friday night, we're having a Young Musicians Open Mic that is for high school students. Is hosted by high school students. They run the door, they run the soundboard, they host it. I'm there to help them and to be a resource, but there are 10 co-hosts that are all high school students in the area, and they come from Nashua South, they come from Litchfield, they come from Hudson, they come from Milford. They're from all over the area.
This is a big deal. As a CPA, I have a number of clients who are the parents of the people whose high school students are coming to these young persons jams, and they'll say, "My God, John, you're involved with Studio 99? I have to shake your hand because that's what keeps my son out of the bar. That's what keeps my son at home. This is what they talk about all week. This is what they do. This is a great thing that you're doing. But this is one of many events. Again, check studio99nashua.com, and we have a whole list of events, and we'd be delighted if someone from the chamber could help sponsor and join in with Studio 99.
All right. Well, we're out of town. I want to thank the folks from Studio 99. Mark Cookson's up next with the Nashua Hour. Our show today brought to you by Avicar Financial, Dartmouth Hitchcock, Divine Millemet Branch, and by People's United Bank. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget Business After Hours coming up November 9th at Rivier College. Make your reservations now. See you next Thursday, everybody.